Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well today. This is Jared with Class Dismissed, and this is a getting started video to show you how the Class Dismissed Excel tool works and how the different pages function and how you can use it to help your school improve your dismissal process. And so this first page that's shown right here is the overall breakdown page. You can kind of see the different tabs on here. You can kind of navigate through them. So this is a made-up school with made-up teachers and made-up students to give you an idea of what it'll look like and how it'll function for your school. And so this overall breakdown tab will mainly be used by the staff members that are outside checking in the families and checking in the buses and the potential daycares and carpools and basically any of the adults that are coming to campus to pick up a student or a group of students. And so you'll notice there is a last name, first name, the student's grade, teacher, and then there's a family and bus number column. So this is the family pickup section. So these are all family numbers. And like I've shown in previous videos, you do want to assign a unique number to each family. That kind of helps with the safety aspect of it and also the efficiency of it, so the family knows their number is this specific one and they can kind of show up and show it to you on campus. So it helps speed up the check-in process. And so you'll notice too on this column, some of the numbers are showing up as yellow. That's just a quick visual to let you know that that number is used more than once. So you can kind of quickly see, okay, yep, these are siblings, they should have the same number. And so it kind of gives you a quick way to see that without making maybe accidentally attaching two different students from two different families to the same number on accident. You might have a situation though where you do have, maybe it's a carpool situation or a daycare where you have multiple students from different families getting taken home in one mode of transportation. Best practice is to assign a single number to either the carpool or a single number to the daycare and assign the number to the different students to kind of help you check them in quickly. Say the daycare van gets to campus, you can quickly check all those students in, and that'd be kind of a quick way of doing it. You'll notice too on the side here there are different buttons. These kind of allow you to quickly move to the different sections because there's a section for family pickup, buses, and walkers. And walkers are just the students that walk home by themselves, no adult or family members coming to campus to get them. So they might be walking with a group of friends, they might be walking by themselves, they might be walking with a sibling who goes to the same school. There just isn't an adult there to come and pick them up. So these buttons work on most of the different versions of Excel. This is the desktop version, which is the most versatile. The online Excel version, these work just as well. The only one that doesn't work is this one that says desktop only. That's because it requires some code in the back end that unfortunately the online Excel version doesn't work with. The mobile and tablet versions of Excel, you can click on these buttons besides this one. It's basically you just have to click on it so it pops up a menu and then you click the open link. So it's not quite as intuitive, but it's still doable. That's kind of the basic rundown. You'll notice too, this column is how you actually go about checking the families or buses in. And to give you a quick little example, so say this family shows up, I'm going to click and put the X on it. That is signifying that that person or that family is actually on campus and the ride is waiting for those students. So you can kind of go as the cars come in, you see their numbers, you start just kind of checking them in as you see it. And then what will happen is, what I'll show you here in a second, is it automatically goes and populates to the specific teacher. And so it'll kind of show that, hey, that ride is on campus. You can release the students when it's time. There's an example too. You'll notice when you click on some of these, there's different options for bus, walk, or absent. And so as part of the school list, which is where you can kind of do all the back end information for the kids, whether it's their family number, bus number, the main transportation type. It locks once the dismissal system starts going. It's a way to kind of stop some of the information from getting scrambled up. And so in the event that that page is locked for the dismissal time, you can also utilize, so say for example, 5 minutes before the dismissal starts, a family had a situation and they needed to change quickly, so you can go in and just say, hey, these students are riding to the bus today, or they might be just the family communicated either through email or a phone call, they're going to be walking home today. So it's kind of a quick and easy way to be able to quickly make that adjustment without changing the full spreadsheet. So that's kind of the main gist of this overall breakdown tab. Again, it's for the outside staff that are checking in all the adults that are coming to campus to pick up the students. Here's an example of a teacher page. This for you teachers is your main role is to just display it in the classroom, teach the students what to look for, make sure that their backpacks are all ready to roll. So as soon as their thing turns green, they can walk right out the door. You'll notice there is this wait. That's just kind of letting you know that the time it's not quite dismissal time yet. That'll turn green and say go when it is. You'll also notice that these black bars are over this section. That's just another tool in a setting that'll help build consistency so people aren't letting kids go maybe before the dismissal time or anything like that. So those will kind of be removed once it reaches the exact dismissal time. Students are organized by family pickup, bus, and walkers. This is their family number. This is their bus number. And if any changes are made on that school list, then they'll automatically show up on this page as well. The only things you really can do on this page is the password. And so this is just another safety tool to kind of make sure that the people that are looking at this page are the ones that are supposed to be looking at it. And so this will be editable and changeable by your class dismiss coordinator. It's just another safety feature to make sure that the information is only being seen by the people that are supposed to be seeing it. And so again, teachers, your main responsibility is to display in the classroom. If you have a Promethean board, if you have a projector, if you have a smart board or any other screen, it can help make it a good solid routine as the kids get packed up. They may be doing a quiet, calm activity, kind of to cap the day off in a positive way. And then again, as soon as these start turning green, that's when you can have the student leave the classroom and go right to the ride home. So all the different classrooms are set up in the same way. You also notice too that the teacher names in the top left, it should match the same, because that's kind of how it populates the students. That's kind of the main rundown of that. There's also tier down too. If you need to go back to the overall breakdown quickly, you can go scroll down there. Other setting, this will be mainly for the class dismiss coordinator for your school. This is the back end. We will have obviously already uploaded all this information, but again, it's by student name, their grade, teacher, assigning family number, and bus numbers. Encourage you to do both if there's potential that they might ride both modes of transportation. And this column is how you can change what's their main transportation type home. And this locks depending on your settings, which I'll show you here in a moment. It locks a certain amount of time before the dismissal starts, because if you start changing this, it can mix things up on that overall breakdown page. And so it does lock down. And so you want to make sure that edits are made prior to whatever time you set for that. And so this is just mainly for the class dismiss coordinator. That'll be the one doing kind of some of the back end. You can add students to say you get a new student to the school year, that kind of thing. That's an easy way to do that. Also has a password in it too, just kind of as another safety feature. I encourage you, if you're not using it, to delete it. And this is just a generic one, so it'll be customizable for your school depending on what you want to come up with. The last page type is the settings. And again, this is just for the classroom or class dismiss coordinator. And so there's different things that as soon as you get this spreadsheet you want to fill out. So you want to make sure you get the dismissal time is set correctly, 5 p.m., whatever it is your school is. This is just an example. If you have an early release day, and a lot of schools have one day a week that their kids are dismissed early, you want to make sure you choose that day and the correct time. If, for example, your school doesn't do that, that works too. You just click the no the no early release day, and then you'll just use this normal dismissal time for the entire week. You can also, if you say you have a conference week, you can change it for just that week. So say you normally have a 3 o'clock dismissal time, but your kids are getting out at noon. You can change that just for the week and then change it back. It's an instantaneous update to kind of make it kind of quick and easy. Another setting on here is cover boxes before dismissal time. So like I showed you, these black boxes just help with consistency. So kids aren't just getting released early or anything like that. They only get removed as soon as the exact time is the dismissal time that's set. And so if you did remove those, encourage you to keep them on there, but if you did, that's an option. It just removes it right away, and this is kind of what it looks like. So I'm gonna keep those on for right now because we're almost have our dismissal time that's starting. This student list locks before dismissal, so this, like I said, you gotta lock the school list, which is this tab, prior to starting your dismissal process, because if you're changing settings, it can get mixed up on the overall breakdown section. So you can choose the amount of time prior to the actual dismissal start time that will be locked. You kind of want to make sure, however you're working with your outside staff, how soon they're going to be outside getting people checked in. That's when you want to start that, basically that lock. Then also there's same setting for after the dismissal time. So for this example, at 5 o'clock, it's going to be locked for 25 minutes after, while people are still getting checked in and kids are getting to their rides home. And so again, you can kind of customize this to however you kind of feel is enough time to lock that in before you can make changes. Again, here's your overall breakdown. Password, that's one at the front. You can set that. And also your school list passwords I just showed you a few moments ago. So this main settings password will be just inputted or available just for your class dismiss coordinator. And then here's how you can customize your teacher passwords. And so it kind of is a quick and easy way to do that. So I'll show you right now. So I have some of these checked in. Let's say I'm outside and a bus came. A fast way to do it is to put an X into this top column. And then if while still clicked on that column, there's a green box that shows up down here. And if you hover over it, it becomes a black plus sign. Click and hold and drag. And what it'll do, I went a little too far, but I'm still holding that mouse button. It automatically fills X's into all those. And so say all of a sudden you see the number 3 bus come in, same thing, put an X in that top box. Click that bottom right green square, drag and drop. Same thing with walkers. It's good to do usually, unless you have a different system you want to do, just drag and drop at the same time to release those students all at once. And so that's kind of a quick and fast, easy way to do it. So you'll notice, again, start filling in more and more students and families are showing up, checking them in. They're showing me their number, so I know that they are the right people that they're supposed to be doing what they're doing. Checking them in. Now you'll notice that just quickly changed to go. So it's now the dismissal time. And so we can go into a classroom tab. So you notice now things are green. So as soon as they do turn green, that means that their ride is on campus, or in case of walkers, it means it's their time to walk home. And so you'll notice as the outside people are checking families in or buses in, these will start to turn green. And again, as soon as they're green, you build that habit with your students that they get to stand up, have a good afternoon, and head on home. And so it's kind of a fast, quick, easy way of providing some structure to make dismissal a more efficient and safer process. So that's kind of the main rundown of the different tabs, the different functions of it. And there's definitely more videos in the support section to get a little more specific on stuff, but that's kind of the general, all you need to know in terms of how to have this run properly. So any questions, feel free to reach out, but we hope you enjoy using this and hope it has a positive impact on your schools. Thanks so much. Take care.